Hi. I wanted to make a really quick video. Maybe not quick, I shouldn't say that. I wanted to make a video because I'm going to be putting out here in a little bit more of the inner work videos. But this weekend I was in a car accident with my mom. My mom and I were in a car accident, a pretty bad one from my history of car accidents. 5 cars. Someone slammed into us and we hit 3 other cars, and we're just standing outside over an hour while police got their reports and statements from everyone and cleaned everything up and towed the cars away and sorting everything out and trying to figure out, how our lives go on and move forward afterwards, whether we need to go to the hospital. My mom, of course, her car is wrecked and she's got a home business at this point and it's part of her livelihood. Things that just come in and take over what you were focusing on or what you were intending to focus on, and so it kind of gives you a big shakeup, like I was talking about with those tower moments, so it's like, okay, got your attention, now how are we going to move forward? What's the lesson? Where are we gonna go from here, grow from here? And I was just drained, exhausted, and just thinking of how someone's just like their little span of inattention to what they're doing could just cause this ricochet, this domino effect into impacting so many other people's lives, and now it's going to continue to impact their lives moving forward for a time until all the different things play out. And there's a lot of things that are going to play out, like she's going to get sued, just all kinds of just insurance companies get rich, doctors' offices, all kinds of things, employers miss days of their employees' attendance, at work, all kinds of things just kind of are now in play just because of one person's distraction or disruption or whatever. And so I was just so drained after standing outside in the sun for all those whatever, and then I get home, I just want to sleep. I just want to lay down and just kind of recharge. And my phone starts going off, different things, emails, I got a phone call, text messages, and people are just, starting in with their own story, right? Their own requests, their own needs. And I just noticed that none of them first asked what was going on with me. And I just thought that was interesting because literally throughout the day, we are that disruption and that energy shift for other people constantly throughout the day. While you're at work, the phone rings, any kind of exchange that you do with someone, you're making a request for their energy. And it's very one-sided most of the time. We're unconscious. So I was just like, man, when I interrupt someone or when I request someone's attention or their energy, I want to make a commitment to myself that I'm going to acknowledge where they're at, see where they're at, see what they need, even just in a quick mental, emotional space, just check in, just, hey, how are you doing? That's so simple, just before I kind of insert or drop or request their energy, so it's just some small things. So then you can set forth that tone where you've given energy to someone, where you've inserted more life and more energy for them to work with as they move forward throughout their days. Just let your ricochet be something positive that you add to more situations than you take from. And just think about how you're interacting, impacting the many, many people that you interact with throughout your day. If you start to think about it, it's actually really, really massive, and it's crazy to think how much energy you've taken in versus how much you've given out to help people. And so anyways, after I was thinking about this for a long time. This poem popped in my head, or part of it, where it was just like, love them anyway. And I was like, oh yeah, I remember that. Who wrote that? Let me look that up really quick. And I did a quick search, and it turned up with Mother Teresa. And I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. That's awesome. And I just read it really quickly. And then I looked at it. I wanted to find out when she wrote it. And it turns out she didn't even write it. It was written by some guy in a leadership pamphlet where he called it The Paradoxical Commandments, Dr. Kent M. Keith. And people are over here attributing it over and over again to Mother Teresa. And it's just that energy exchange. So now it's like this man is being usurped for his words, and it's being redirected over to this person who we know and respect, because people don't, you know, I don't know. It was just funny, but it's a really cool thing that he wrote. I'll read it here, and then I'll read her version, which is also cool. It's not that she said it. What it was is someone at a children's home in Calcutta that was owned by a charity of Mother Teresa. They rewrote this guy, Dr. Keith's Paradoxical Commandments in a more spiritual tone. And then, you know, someone took a picture of it, and since it was in Mother Teresa, it just got attributed to her over the years. So that's just funny how it's like that game of telephone. Nevertheless, these are some pretty cool words, so I wanted to read it in respect to all of that being said, understanding that sometimes people are going to take more than they give. That's just a reality. But what our work is to give anyway. And this is helpful to put it in perspective. So the first way is the original way, the version, The Paradoxical Commandments by Dr. Kent M. Keith. And he says, people are illogical, unreasonable, and self-centered. Love them anyway. If you do good, people will accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Do good anyway. If you are successful, you win false friends and true enemies. Succeed anyway. The good you do today will be forgotten tomorrow. Do good anyway. Honesty and frankness make you vulnerable. Be honest and frank anyway. The biggest men with the biggest ideas can be shot down by the smallest men with the smallest minds. Think big anyway. People favor underdogs, but follow only top dogs. Fight for a few underdogs anyway. What you spend years building may be destroyed overnight. Build anyway. People really need help, but may attack you if you do help them. Help people anyway. Give the world the best you have, and you'll get kicked in the teeth. Give the world the best you have anyway. So that's his version. The version written on the walls in the Mother Teresa home. People are often unreasonable, irrational, and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some unfaithful friends and some genuine enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and sincere, people may deceive you. Be honest and sincere anyway. What you spend years creating, others could destroy overnight. Create anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, some may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today will often be forgotten. Do good anyway. Give the best you have, and it will never be enough. Give your best anyway. In the final analysis, it is between you and God. It was never between you and them anyway. So that's pretty cool. And also, another golden nugget to share. When I was looking up this poem, I saw that it was posted back in 2017 by Bentinho Massaro on his blog, And he had wrote some awesome some awesome words in his blog before he got to posting the poem. And he just said, basically, in this work that we're doing, people who have kind of a mission to change things, you're going to be misunderstood. You will be misunderstood. And he wrote, when you are ready to step out into the world with the intention to bring forth something new, something true, something bright, you may for now receive challenge and opposition. When the world and those closest to you begin to turn their minds against you, know that it is only their minds and not their true self. Forgive them, for they know not what they cannot yet know. I encourage you to focus on the love, support, and friendship that does and will surround you in these times, and understand that with each challenging junction in your journey, the world within and around you is being separated into parallel realities, and you are faced with a real and powerful decision to make. Do you wish to live in a world of naysayers, skeptics, small minds, and self-serving people, or do you wish to stay true to the new reality you intuit is inevitable? Stay true no matter what. Stay true to your innermost self, not your mind, but your innermost heart. Those who know themselves only through mind will always doubt you and your intentions when you are coming from heart. The mind does not have the vocabulary needed to translate or even perceive the signals coming from the heart. Your very existence, no matter how pure, will scare some, and all they will know to throw at you is labels and accusations in their attempt to stop you from being what they cannot yet comprehend, and therefore fear. Expect heaps of misunderstanding from those around you, loved ones included. This is okay. Be you anyway. Have faith in yourself, no matter what. So yeah, that's about all. You know, some pretty crazy and hectic and unexpected things led me to this, and I felt really renewed and empowered, and like I just came across something that I might not have stumbled upon if it hadn't been for that chain of events, that sequence of events that kind of jolted me out of that kind of mundane way I was going about the day. And in that way, I have to thank that lady who didn't pay attention in that moment. You know, everything happens for a reason, and it's so weird how that's proven in the aftermath of it all, but you got to get to the end of that journey to realize that it isn't about the destination, it's about the journey in the first place. So pay attention and take notes and look for the lesson. Adios.